we at AKTC are present in several countries on the heritage side. We've done a lot of work in Afghanistan, including for the Indian government. But in India, we're doing two major urban conservation projects. In Delhi, we're working on the Humayun's Tomb, Nizamuddin area, which is spread across 300 acres in the heart of the national capital, 1 kilometer from the capital complex, so to speak. Here we've conserved over 60 monuments, mostly dating from the 14th, 15th, 16th centuries. We've landscaped 200 acres of green area, including creation of Sundar Nursery, which is a new destination, a new park, got in 300,000 visitors last year, even during COVID. And then in the Basti Nizamuddin, which has a population of about 25,000 people, we do health education. We provided schools, toilets, health clinics, and most importantly, economic opportunities. So when we started, we found less than 1% of the local women had economic opportunities. Today, there are self-help groups making food, craft products, and so on. One of the groups had a turnover of almost 100,000 pounds last year. So, these are women who've never earned a penny. And similarly, in Hyderabad, we are working on the Qutub Shahi tombs at Golconda, 80 monuments spread across 106 acres. These are all 10, 12, 15-year projects. And within each of them, we put in a system to ensure post-project sustainability, both financial and managerial.
This is really honorable work. And you mentioned that it's a shame that it's so niche and that that there are so few. Why do you think there are so few organizations working to conserve and preserve Indian heritage monuments?
Well, I think it's on account of a lot of reasons. It's also a chicken and egg story. I think so far conservation has been seen as the responsibility of the government and the government alone. So the liberalization that India has been through over the last 2-3 decades has not really touched the cultural sector, whether it's a musical performance or any sort of cultural event. It's mostly sponsored by the government. And all of heritage. I mean, we remain 20 years after we started. The Aga Khan Trust for Culture remains the only private agency to have worked on national monuments. And I don't say that with pride. I think that needs to be rectified. I think a lot more people can do the kind of work we do. It could be academic institutes in partnership with government. It could be resident welfare associations. It could be corporate foundations. And I think it'll happen. And I think as a result of our work, it'll happen. Already there are some steps in the government to involve the corporate sector in the maintenance of monuments. But I think the need of the hour is also that the private sector gets involved in the actual act of preservation, conservation.
And what is the sort of vision, the hope? Of course, you can't conserve and preserve everything, but is there a sort of vision that you work towards, a 10, 50-year goal that you could share?
I think Vidhu, what is important is to demonstrate that heritage preservation, well done, can actually meet a lot of the government objectives, and our heritage is an economic asset. So we do this, for example, the conservation work that we've done in India over the last 10 years has required almost 15 lakh or 1.5 million man days of work by master craftsmen. So that's a lot of employment creation. Can you imagine any sector that created so much employment would be well recognized in your part of the world? So I think that recognition needs to come in. What we've also done, for example, some of the work that we've done at Humayun's Tomb has led to 1,000% increase in visitor numbers, which is phenomenal. Never before has there been so much positive impact on community. So can our heritage buildings not be used as schools and hospitals and so on, because there are so many of them? I mean, when you look at India, you don't think, oh, India, yes, very ancient culture, 10,000 monuments. Then look at UK and say, even New York City has 3 times the number of heritage buildings than India, which is an embarrassment. Yes, they do it to protect their heritage zones from Mr. Trump, but we should be doing much more. And it's only, I think it's a chicken and egg story, because till people realize the value, and I think we've done a fair share of work to demonstrate good conservation can lead to several other. Good conservation is not an end in itself, but a means to an end.